Hello. So, hey everybody.
How you doing?
So as we're about to go live, Hannah gets a text from William, and she's trying to figure out what he means by it.
It says, hey, tell your mother down south, October 2023 is in time warp. Let's do the time warp again.
We have no idea.
I don't know if he means it's on time off, but he will be retired then, so he doesn't.
I don't know.
He doesn't need time off.
Text from William. That's my life. Okay, well, hey everybody. I'm Laurie.
I'm Hannah.
And we're Journey with the Gingers. And we have some exciting guests today. We're so excited to be talking to them soon. We have Chet and Robin from Sea Leg Journeys. And as soon as we share a couple of little updates with you all, then we're going to jump right into interviewing them. And we also, once we bring them on, we're going to say hi to everybody in the chat. So glad to see y'all, and happy Thursday, I guess. Happy September.
Oh, happy.
It's not happy.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? Why are you not happy? Oh, we did lose the queen today. Yeah, that was not happy. That was very sad. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
That was very sad. She did live a long, full life, though, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
So in the chat, if you have some good news, share it,
please.
And if you have a countdown you want to share, please share that. And we do have some countdowns. Our countdowns are getting it's nice, like 2-digit numbers.
It is taking too dang long.
Are you excited?
I want to be on a plane. I want to be in a Broadway theater. I want my butt to be waiting.
You sound like the girl from Charlie and Chocolate Factory. I want.
Hold on. That's Veruca Salt.
I know.
Hold on. How does it say?
I
want it, Daddy. I want the goose that lays the golden eggs.
So, Hannah's going to get her wants. She's going to be leaving for New York in 16 days.
It's still over 2 weeks away.
It'll come faster than you think. Also, we'll be going to Las Vegas in 58 days. So pretty much once we get back from New York, we'll be leaving the next month to go. Are you getting texts from your father again?
I don't know how that ended up being.
Y'all, we're going to ignore him, Hannah.
How that ended up being that.
That was totally something different.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, we can't even go there.
Okay.
So what I was saying is by the time we get back to New York, it'll be like a month until we go to Las Vegas. Because we have Las Vegas in 58 days. And then you and I will be on the Carnival Sunshine in 84 days. And SET Adventures will be there.
We have a change of plans.
For what?
Dad and I are going back to New York in January.
Yes, Hannah and William are going to take a dad-daughter trip to Philadelphia, but William says he wants to see New York, so Hannah's going to go back to New York again in January. And she's happy about that.
I get to see another show.
And also, Mimi wants to go on a cruise with me.
Oh, have fun.
Don't be mean.
Ow.
So I was trying to think something a little bit more Mimi style. So I'm thinking a celebrity ship, and we've been looking at one out of New Jersey.
I'm going to have a bruise.
All right.
It's not.
So we're looking at a celebrity cruise for Mimi. So if anybody's ever done celebrity, if you could give us some tips or things that you like or things that maybe we should avoid, let us know, because I know nothing about celebrity cruises. All right, we also have, I want to mention, because we haven't mentioned this in a couple of weeks, the Booze Cruise, the BOO''S, which Hannah came up with that name. That's kind of cool. And she's not even going on it.
No, because I am, dedicated to
taking care of my dogs.
No. to giving out candy in this house.
Oh, for Halloween.
Yes.
Yes, it will be during Halloween for 2023. Carnival Glory, October 29th through November 5th. It leaves out of New Orleans. It goes to Cozumel, Grand Cayman, Montego Bay. And if you're interested, contact Felicia Welch from SCT Adventures. Also, if you're not subscribed to our channel, please do so. We would appreciate it. And if you don't mind liking this video, we appreciate that also. We also want to recognize our moderators. Anthony Simone is one, and it was Anthony's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Anthony. JNN Travels, Rayleigh Creative Travel, MGM Family Travel, Adventures of David and Aaron, Fisher Fun Ventures, No Maps Needed Travel, and Lovey's Fat Life, and Meg's Fun Times, and Foreman, a.k.a. Kenneth Oakes, which is Kitty. So thank y'all so much for watching that for our channel.
Also, forgive the camera that wants to die.
Is it still doing it?
Well, yeah, I just did it.
If you're getting a flicker show, we need a new camera. Okay. Flicker show. Our camera place is ready to go. I guess I need to order another one, huh? Or get you to bring my other one back to me.
Order another one.
She's keeping my camera.
First off.
You don't like that camera.
I hate that camera.
You want this camera?
Yes.
You just want me to get a new one?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, so now let's introduce our wonderful guest.
Do you see this?
Looks like they have a special friend. Our wonderful guests, we have Robin and Chet from Sea Leg Journey. So let's welcome them to the chat.
I hit
Hello.
Hi, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
Sea Leg Journey.
Sea Leg Journeys.
Is that a puppy toy?
It is.
Yeah. The slobber and the hair give it away.
I love when y'all are live sometimes and you hear the puppies with the toys in the background.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They go nuts back there.
Well, and I've only been home for about 30 minutes, so they still not over the fact that Mommy's home.
Here we go. We're going to be serenaded now.
Cute. Well, thank y'all so much for joining us. We just wanted to have y'all on here to talk to y'all because we just love your channel, and we're just glad to have y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're glad to be here.
Yes, we are.
I wish I had y'all's energy 24/7 the way y'all go. Y'all are just the most energetic people.
Oh, we'll crash by 10 o'clock. We'll be like...
We couldn't make it through Antoinette's show last night. We were sleeping like 8:30.
Oh, my goodness. Well, let's go ahead and say hello to everybody in the chat. So let's see who we have up. We have Anthony, the birthday boy. Hey, Anthony, good to see you.
Happy birthday.
And then we have our friends that we were on the Norwegian Encore with, Cheryl and Ed from Travels with Cheryl and Ed. Good to see you. Hey, Cruise Nuts. Great to see y'all.
I'm working on it.
And there's Mike and Michelle from Lovey's Fat Life, which are on after us. He says he loves y'all.
So
Then there's Miss Meg from Meg's Fun Time. Good to see you, Meg. And then we have, speaking of the devils, SCT Adventures. We talked about y'all on the booze cruise. And there's Felicia, the lady to reach out to if you're interested in going on the booze cruise. Hello, Janice. Great to see you.
Working on
There's
it.
lots of chat going on.
New one.
Love it. There's Mark the Shark. I've seen Mark the Shark went on Sea Leg Journeys lives. Great to see you, Mark. And then there's Thin Blue Lane RV Life, and they'll be on tonight as well live.
That's right.
And then there's Ryan. Hey, Ryan. Good to see you. And hello, Cruise Day Fun. Great to see y'all. And CME Traveling, another YouTube that goes live in the mornings along with Sea Legs Journeys.
Another one of our alibis.
Yes, and they're also on the booze cruise with us. There's Live a Little. Hello. Just landed back in Colorado from Disney. They've been on the Disney Wish, so I'm sure they've got some good vlogs coming out about that.
Aren't they going to be with us?
And yes, and they'll be with us next week live. So they're going to be our guests next week. We're excited to talk to them. The Gaylors, hello. Hey, Mary Ellen Dillon. She's one of our winners from last week's drawing. Good to see you, Mary Ellen. And Ann. Hey, Ann. Good to see you. Hey, Darlene. Another one of our winners from last week. Good to see you.
I'm working on it. Oh, we got 13 days of the freedom.
13 days until the freedom. I think they'll be going there with you all, right?
Right. That's right. There's our other alibi.
That's right. And there is Cedric, which is also Ricky, which is also the Ocean Life. Good to see you.
Also, the last winner of.
He also was our third winner of the $20 gift card.
Live a Little said they lived in New York City for about 10 years.
Oh, wow.
You know, I had a nightmare / dream. That is loud.
Sorry. I'll move it over here.
It's ice.
My ice is loud.
I had a nightmare / dream that I got offered a role in a Broadway play. And I was like, oh, I get to move to New York. I was like, oh, crap, I have to move to New York. Oh, crap, it's really expensive. Oh, crap, I have to have a roommate. I don't like living with people.
You don't play well
Yeah.
with
I don't like
That
it.
sounded like the old crap dream.
Yeah.
Mary Ellen Dillon has 3 days to the Carnival Horizon. There are so many people that are going on the Carnival Horizon within the next few sailings. It's like I keep on seeing people's countdowns, and it's all kind of different. And it's Carnival Horizon, different weeks. Kind of fun.
There's Ricky.
There's Ricky.
I'm about to have a big jump. There we go.
Ricky's all over on every channel.
Yeah. I got a Will.
Hey, Will Cooper. Great to see you.
Oh, there's one of my favorite Canadians.
One of our favorite Canadians. Hey, Nick. Good to see you.
Oh. Boom.
Billy J. Good to see you. The captain is here. Y'all, if y'all see a channel y'all have never heard of, please make sure you check them out.
Is this Paul?
This is Paul?
Is that Paul?
That's Paul. That's his new name. We love his new name.
Oh, that's a
awesome.
fancy name, Paul.
He's hip, he's
PSC
cool.
Odyssey. That sounds like a rocket ship.
It sounds like Star Trek.
Like Star Trek. Love it. Hey, Paul. I was about to say, who got somebody new here?
There's Kenny.
Hey, Kenny. Great to see
Hey,
you.
Penny.
Kenny's got a countdown coming up. Hey, Moonlight Adventures. Great to see y'all.
Working on it.
I think they're still going to be on with us on the booze cruise. That's right, because they're in charge of. There's a bug. I think.
13.
They're in charge of the bar crawl.
13.
Hey, seeing me traveling. Great to see y'all.
Well, you already said hey to them. This is
Oh,
the
hold on.
countdown.
Head to Florence Bucky's.
Yes, it's good. Yeah, you got the Horizon in 3 days.
Yeah, Florence. That's in our state, but we haven't been to that Bucky's yet.
All right, we're good.
3 days. So Billy J will be with Mary Ellen Dillon. So I'm pretty sure that's one of the group cruises about to happen. Awesome.
They said they're going to trip.
Well, have fun. Thank y'all for stopping in while you're on your cruise. That was so sweet.
All right, so we're good.
Okay. Are y'all ready for some questions?
We are, and we see that Anthony has a just sub to Sea Lake Journeys. Thank you.
Oh, how
Thank you.
nice.
That is
Thank you,
sweet.
Anthony. Also, if y'all are a creator or a supporter in the chat, just put hashtag creator supporter and Hannah will recognize you on the screen. And that way, if you do see something, like I said earlier, a channel you've never heard of, please check them out because we love to expand our community as best as we can and support them.
SCT says, I think GW Firebird is
That's going to be dangerous then, for sure.
Mhm.
All right, so let's get started. Thank you, Meg, for posting their link to their channel. And
Thank you,
definitely, if you're not subscribed to Sea Legs Journey, please make sure you subscribe to them as well. All right, for those that may not know, tell everyone where you are from.
Well, we are from some rinky-dinky little place in Florida. We both were born and raised in the same county. He was born and raised in the north end of the county. I was in the south end of the county. I used to say I'm going to grow up and leave this little Peyton place because the entire county, we had one McDonald's and one traffic light. That was it. And I say that I got in my car and drove, hit the county line, met him, and it was all over. It's not really a true story, but it sounds good.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So we live in Florida, Central Florida. We are 3 hours from any port in any direction.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
So that's pretty good for us. We're just north of Lake Okeechobee and just south of Orlando.
Nice.
Yep.
Hannah thought about moving to Orlando at one time. She interned with Disney, and then she thought about working for them, but I think she wanted to come back home.
Our daughters live over in Tampa, and the traffic in Orlando is just ridiculous. Tampa is too, but Orlando's worse.
I'm thankful for Orlando's traffic because I was such a timid driver.
Yeah, she was
before I worked for Disney.
Yeah,
and then now I'm aggressive. And
well, I couldn't believe that my grandchildren learned to drive on Del Mabry. It's like, oh my gosh, I learned to drive on a 1-lane road.
Like, I had not driven on an interstate basically until I went down there, and I had to drive through Disney during like Christmas and Thanksgiving.
It taught you real well, didn't it?
Now I can drive through Atlanta.
She if we go through Atlanta, she's the one always driving because she can drive a lot better through there. Has the patience more than I do.
It's not patience, it's anger.
White knuckle driving.
Let me over. Yeah.
So tell us, if somebody just came up to a stranger and says, "Tell me what your YouTube channel is all about," what would you tell them?
It's about cruising. We talk about the ships, the ports, the excursions, food, entertainment, the people, the crew, and accessibility issues. So we have tours of our accessible cabins, and then we talk a little bit about accessibility issues, but we cover a whole gamut of cruising. Mm-hmm. And we have a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, we've been cruising. Our first cruise was in
2004.
And we're over 30 cruises now, and we are so addicted to cruising that.
So we just want to share our knowledge and experience in a fun way. Make it fun.
Do y'all, since y'all have had that many cruises, is there a certain cruise line that you kind of lean towards more than another one?
Well, we always said we were going to be loyal to Carnival. We were never leaving any other cruise line.
And then we got old.
So we are platinum on Carnival and Princess both. We have been on one Royal Caribbean. And we are going to be going on a Norwegian and an MSC in the next year or two. Yeah. But, we say that it's not one cruise. You can't just stick to one cruise line because it depends on what you want out of that vacation as to which cruise line is going to be the best cruise line for you or who you're traveling with. Mm-hmm. Carnival is the last cruise ship we were on was the Carnival Conquest. And that was last month or it was in July.
Yeah.
And Carnival has been hinting around that they're going to be having a swimsuit, dress code. And I had never seen so many thong bathing suits in all my life as I saw on the Carnival Conquest. I mean, let me tell you what.
You want to tell your story? No. No.
What'd she say?
When you went with Dad in January, there was these two girls walking around the buffet in thongs and bikinis.
It was bad. They might as well have been walking around naked at the buffet. It was bad. And I'm not too judgmental about it, but it was just like a little bit extreme.
Well, I had clips of videos that I couldn't use because it was a total bare bum. And I don't want to offend anyone.
Well, there's so many of them that if we blotted them out with that blurry thing, it would have blurred out half the video.
Yeah. And they didn't have cover-ups on or anything. It was just, okay.
Hello, here I am.
I think Carnival's starting to recognize that they're getting a reputation for certain things because just even having the new protocol about if you're 17 or under, you have to have a curfew. I think they're starting to listen to people and try to clean it up a little bit. So,
it's just like here where we live, we have our racetrack. It's the 24 Hours of Sebring, and for years and years, it was pretty wild place to go party. And then NASCAR came in and bought it, and it's quite civilized now. And I think it's the same thing with Carnival. I think that they are realizing some things are getting a little out of control, and we just need to kind of rein it back in just a little bit.
That just needs to happen. Yeah. So you have something?
Darian's here.
Hey, Darian. Great to see you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we heard that you started cruising a while back, but when did you start your channel and what made you want to start vlogging?
January 9th, 2022. That's when we started.
Right.
Actually said, hey, we're going to make Sea Lake Journeys.
Yeah.
So we've been, what, 9 months?
Yeah. Not even.
And we had put up 7 years ago, we had put up just a little video of the very first handicap room we ever were in, because that was when we became handicapped. And people kept asking us, when are you going to post another video about your room? I'm like, we're not a YouTube channel. And then we decided, we were like, hey,
yeah,
it was his idea, actually.
Well, hey, why not? You know, we're having fun. Might as well share the fun, right? Why keep it all hogged into our own self? Let's show everybody what cruising can be.
Yeah, because we don't want to keep it all hogged into our own selves.
Well, y'all do it.
We wanted to share the knowledge and experience of what we've done. And we saw there was a little lack of information on accessibility.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not explicitly what we cover, but we throw it in there. You know, if we're on an excursion, we'll say, hey, if you're in a wheelchair, this is probably going to be very difficult for you. Or, hey, if you're on a scooter, you're not going to be able to go here. And we try to make observations of that as well while we're doing our excursions and ship tours and showing the cabin tours and explaining the differences. And so that what you may need, some people don't know. I didn't know. The first cruise I went as a handicapped person, I just called Carnival and said, hey, I just got ran over by a car and lost a leg. And they're like, oh, don't worry about it. We'll take care of you. So that was my first glimpse.
He got ran over in November, and we had a cruise booked for May. And so he called in, like, I don't know, March, and said, you know, we're going to have to cancel this. I lost my leg and there's no way. And they're like, no, don't cancel your cruise.
Right.
We're going to make sure that you have everything you need. And Carnival they were fantastic.
They really were.
They really were. And we learned a lot, you know, because sometimes, and we met a lady when we were on the Conquest, same issue. She was perfectly fine and healthy until like the month before her cruise. And she called and said, listen, I now have this issue. They're like, not a problem.
Yep. Had her handled.
Yep.
Yeah. When we traveled on the Magic, the year before the pandemic, I guess, with Mimi, my mom, who's now 81, she'd having some bad back problems and everything. But we didn't even think about even we were horrible. I mean, she act like she would be fine, but we probably should have thought about it a little bit earlier. You know, what she would need was, while we were in line waiting to get it through the terminal, was a crowd. She kind of looked like she needed to sit, you know, or something. And of course they jumped in, brought the wheelchair and all that. So what we learned from that is we need to think ahead, you know, and contact people. And then, so after that, we would like contact Delta, and they would do an awesome job of helping her get her through the airport, especially in Atlanta. And then the next cruise we did was Norwegian, and I had it all planned, and it was amazing how well they took care of her. And she didn't need the assistance all the time, but especially doing the ramp and all that up to the ship, on the gangway and all that, they were just amazing.
Well, the second cruise we took when we were handicapped was we were going to Alaska, and I pushed him because at that time he had a leg, but he couldn't walk a lot, and we were saving his walking for what we really wanted to do, and so he was riding in the wheelchair the rest of the time, and the staff, they kept coming and taking him from me. I'm like, it's okay, I can do this. They're like, no, ma'am. And then it was like day 3, I realized they had wheelchairs on the back of their shirts. I'm taking their job away. That's their job. And then I was like, oh, I don't feel bad now. You can have him. Bring him back when you're done.
I was like, no, I can do this myself. And they're like, no, we got you.
Yeah. But you're right. That is definitely a need for YouTube. I know that Maddie and Scott from No Maps Need to Travel, they do some things about accessibility too. But and Maddie even said that some of their most watched videos is when they address that. So
yes. Oh, and we've had people make comments to us that now we are addressing, like we had a gentleman that had asked us about another room that we had posted and what was the noise level like. So when we were on the Conquest, our room was just, I say it wrong. It was either above the casino or below the casino.
We were above the casino.
We were above the casino. And so we made sure in that video that we said that if you have a sensitivity to sound, you might not want to choose this particular room.
I just pretended like the room was haunted. We heard the woo noises and stuff at night. And, oh, there's the ghost over there in the closet.
Well, and they kept winning. They were winning up in the casino, so you could hear them. Ooh, it's like,
you cheer along with them. Woo!
Yeah, right on. It didn't bother us, so we don't mind them.
I would talk through the air vents and then like bet on black. Bet on black.
Like be a ghost of them.
Yeah, it's all fun until you see a note come sliding under your door and you realize that it's the closet door.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have 2 people.
I see in the chat someone says that it's a creative name, Sea Lake Journeys. Well, we're Sea Lake Journeys because Chet only has one leg, and he came up with the name. And I was like, oh, that's cute. I like that. We'll be Sea Lake Journeys.
Hey, Howie Cruz. Great to see y'all. Kids have soccer practice. We understand that.
And Marsha's here.
And there's Marsha. Hey, Marsha. Good to see you.
Yes, and that's the comment. Boom.
Might be the most creative channel name now. Sea Lake. I love it.
Most appropriate one anyway, I know.
Because I told him, I said, what are we going to name this channel? And he immediately just said, we're going to be Sea Lake Journeys. I'm like, oh, okay, you've thought about this.
Hey, I've been thinking about that.
There's a toss up between that and Gopher and the Groundhogs. But
So since we have a lot of vloggers in the chat, we always like to ask, what are you using in regards to your recording equipment during your vlogs, and what are you using to edit your vlogs?
well, we started with the camera. Then we went to this ZV-1 camera. Woohoo! Awesome, by Sony. And then we improved by adding this Sony GP VPT 2B2 wireless
That's his notes.
vertical handle. That improves your video as well.
Class, y'all.
He said he had
Awesome
notes.
Rode microphone. Woo! Look at that little rascal go. And then since then, we've added a gimbal, a Ronin SJI, which we used on the Conquest. And the newest edition we haven't used yet, we're going to use in 2 weeks, is our GoPro 10. And we also have the handle for it, the vertical handle. So we got that for inclement weather and stuff like that, because we're going to Alaska next year, and we're going to be riding the helicopter up to the glacier with a dog sled. So we got to have something, because this little rascal right here don't like water.
Very true.
How many numbers and alphabets are in that name? Yeah, I don't know.
No, right? That's why I wrote it down, because I was like, what? It looks like a Klingon name or something. It's a beam me up.
Chet understood the assignment for sure. He brought show and tell and everything. Hey, Betsy.
Here in the studio, we use a Logitech camera. It's a C615. We got a Rode microphone. It's an NT USB. We have 2 ring lights and 2 chihuahuas.
2 chihuahuas.
Yep.
Now for editing, I turn it over to her. That's her department.
Yeah, so he said all that with all those letters and all those numbers. Well, I'm going to tell you one word. I use Filmora. I tried some others in the beginning, and they were just more than what I needed. And okay, so I'm almost 60. I'll be 60 in May. And I can't see all this little tiny stuff on the, stop it. I can't see all this little tiny stuff on the screen. And Filmora, at least it's big enough where I can see it. Some of the others that were great, but it was just too small.
That's what 60 is supposed to look like.
Oh, stop it.
She just wrote down
I just wrote 60
mark.
question mark. There is no way.
Yes, our youngest daughter is, how old is she?
36?
And our oldest is, how old is she?
37, yeah.
And then I know our grandchildren. Our youngest grandchild is 10, and the other 2 are 17. And that's all we'll ever have. We won't have any more, but that's okay.
Well, Robin, you are looking good, honey.
Oh, well, thank you. I tell Chet all the time. I tell Chet all the time that when we look and see what viewers we have all these women that are over 45 that watch our show, but they're not subscribing. I told him, I said, let that hair down boy and get them women hooked.
They ain't watching me, they're watching you. They say, look, there's somebody our age.
You sure about that?
She wants him to turn on that Thunder Down Under video. Now everybody's gonna be looking for your channel for that, Chet.
Hey, Josie.
Hey, Josie, good to see you.
When we got married, I told him he had to cut his hair because we were not standing at the altar with our hair as long as, because our hair was both the same length. I said, I'm not going to stand at the altar. And everybody go, which one's the bride?
Oh,
So I made him cut his hair.
I don't care. You can cut it. Shave my head. I don't care.
he does it for love.
But when he got the job at the sheriff's department, I told him, he says, you're going to have to cut my hair. I said, not until you get the job. So when he went for his first interview, he had about like he is now with all this long hair and all this hair on his face. And he says, I got a second interview. You're going to have to cut my hair now. I said, I will cut your hair some. So I cut it a little bit. The third interview, he says, you got to cut my hair. I said, no, I'll cut it a little bit more and you can shave. Well, then when he went in for his first day, the girls in HR did not even know who he was because he had a regular guy's buzz and no hair on his face. They're like, who are you? They're like, you hired me.
Yeah. I'm that biker dude you hired. Yeah.
So you go live on your channel often, very often. I'm like, how do y'all do that? But tell everyone what days and times they can join your live streams.
So he's the one that wants to go live all the time.
It's fun. It's fun. Monday through Saturday at 8 a.m. That's right. If you join us a little early, you can do calisthenics with us. Right. And then Saturday at 6 p.m.
That's just a half-hour show.
Yes.
And we're definitely in and out in half hour.
Saturday too.
But he said Sunday through Saturday. I was like,
7 days a week.
6 days. 6 days.
6 days a week.
Monday through Saturday. Yeah.
Monday.
I thought you said Sunday. Okay, gotcha.
I was about to say, why don't you just say 7 days a week?
I told him, I said, you're going to have to let me have one day I can sleep. Come on. And then Sunday nights, we do Saturday nights at 6 p.m.
Yes.
And this Saturday, we are doing our version of the Love and Marriage game show. And our 3 contestants are the Funnelheads, Lovey Spat Live, and Have Luggage Will Travel.
And the great thing is, first, second, and third place all win the same prize.
Yes.
Free buffet the day they get on this ship.
Yes.
No matter what ship they get on, free buffet. Yep.
So Chet has come up with all the questions, and if you've watched any of our things, you know he has this bizarre sense of humor, and sometimes I have to reel him in. So the questions are not going to be the typical, what was your first kiss? Where'd you meet? No, it's nothing like that. It's far
PG.
more bizarre than that.
It's rated PG too. That anybody
Yes.
can watch it. It's not going to be nothing that's going to cause anybody to go
Embarrassment
home
or anything
and
like
yell
that.
at each other after the show's over. Why'd you say that? It ain't going to be nothing like that.
No.
Never, ever do that show on Carnival with Dad. Correct.
Yeah, there's many things that William and I are not allowed to do while she's on a cruise with us, and that would be one.
That's pretty
If I
risque.
walk in there and I see you on that stage, I'm gonna be like, "What have you told everybody on this ship? What does everyone?"
Well, when we were on the Conquest, they were doing the Love and Marriage show, and was that the one, the Newlyweds? They said, "Where was the strangest place you ever had sex?" And they said in the Golden Dining Room or something.
Oh, yeah.
And there was an employee in the room, and he says yes, and I saw them there.
Yeah, that was me. I saw.
At like 2:00 in the morning or something.
My
It's
God.
like, oh my God, I would not say that on that show. There's no way.
Yeah. Carnival might ban you now.
I would.
You know,
Dragon.
Carnival's getting stricter. Did you have some?
No.
Okay. So if you had to choose your favorite of all the videos on your channel, which one would you choose and why?
Oh, I wrote that down.
It's right there.
Where's the note?
I love how you answered it.
Oh, yeah, it is right
He
there.
writes everything down.
Well, because we talked about it. We said, hey, and we got two. We got the live stream ones, and then we got our regular videos. We both agreed on the same live stream. It was our last 6 o'clock on Saturday live show, And
we called it Strange. But now we're changing the name of it, and we're going to do it once a month. And it's the A and B game show.
It was hilarious. Oh my gosh, we had such a wonderful time on that.
Yes. So Chet came up with some really weird questions, and everybody in the chat had an option of answering A or B. And some people did have a C option, like Mark the Shark. He had a C option.
It was very appropriate C answer, though. I was with him on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. And like I said, we called it Strange. But this time, I think we've changed the name of it. And we're going to call it the A and B game show.
And as far as our regular videos, we're torn between two. And one of them is boarding the Carnival Liberty. And it was so awesome. We pulled into Port Canaveral that morning. We're getting out of the car, and you can feel the electricity, even watching the video again, and you can hear it. It's like, whoa, what is going on? It was in March of this year. So post-COVID, we started sailing in November ourselves of last year. But, man, come March of this year, everybody was really starting to open up, and it was like an adrenaline rush just getting out of the parking lot.
He was excited. I'm over here packing up because he calls me the pack mule because I've got to take care of the wheelchair, the extra leg, all this other crap, And he's over there going, check out the music. I'm over here like slaving.
I've got a camera. It was great. What an awesome video that was. And another one we really liked. It's an older one. It's not as well done as far as camera and sound and all that, but it's the 16 favorite things on the Carnival Magic. It's supposed to be 10 favorite things, but we just couldn't narrow it down to 10. It was it's too awesome of a ship. And you know that. You've been on the Carnival Magic. We've seen your video.
It was probably our third or fourth video that we actually put up when we became a channel.
Yeah. And all the way from January of this year.
Yeah. And we were like, I think we need to tone it down. I don't think people are going to be able to take us. I think we're going to be way too much for most people. He's like, this is us. I'm like, yeah, I know it's us, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm glad they have energy.
They have so much energy. And that's what, when I am able to tune in on the morning shows, which is not all the time, but when I am, and even while I'm getting ready or trying to do something, just that energy just popping is like, how do they like this?
Yeah, I'm like a piece of gum underneath the desk. I'm just there.
Hey, we'd be grabbing that gum, we'd be pulling it out and re-chewing that thing. Come on,
Some days I get up and I'm just like, wow. I'm awake. I don't know why I'm awake though.
They had the special espresso machine in her office, and I think they just put it in there for her.
Oh yeah, that thing gets used by me 2 to 3 times a day, and that's how my personality comes out.
Well, I've had my job for I've been with the same job for over 15 years, and we were bikers before he lost his leg. And one day I sit in my cubicle and I work. I'm an accountant. It's pretty boring. There's nobody to talk to, just me and 3 computer monitors. And there was a bike event. Our town actually had a bike event. I was like, oh my gosh. So on my lunch break, I'm going up there and I'm coming back eating a corn dog or something. And so the girl said, I said, y'all ought to come tonight. It's a lot of fun. So then they saw me outside of work and they're like, you are not like that at work. I'm like, y'all would fire me if I was like this at work.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, kangaroo, baby. Mark the Shark. Kangaroo, Mark.
Hey, Life is Good Today. They're on tonight. I think they're still on tonight at 9.
Tell us otherwise.
Tell us otherwise.
Life is good today.
It is.
It is good.
That's a good name.
So, was the last trip you took, was it on the Carnival Conquest, or did y'all have another trip after that?
No, it was on the Carnival Conquest, and we went to Bimini.
Bimini.
Mm-hmm.
Bimini. Bimini.
We're going to Bimini. I was watching y'all's series because we were going to Bimini. We are going to Bimini with my sister in February.
Not I.
So, and it's kind of a new stop that they put with Carnival. Mm-hmm. So tell everybody, if you go to Bimini, what do you do?
Well, first of all, they only have 200 golf carts for rent, number one. And 2 ships can be there at one time. So you can potentially have 6,000 passengers wanting 200 golf carts. Mm-hmm. So they used to rent them pretty cheap. And now it's pretty much first come, first serve. And the person with the most money in their pocket, winner, chicken dinner.
The week before we went, they were still $60 a piece. I thought, hey, we'll get $60. We'll go ride the golf cart around. Well, we got there and walked up to them. They're like, yeah, it's $120. We're like, 120?
Yeah.
Yep. And
And
so
then
we
by
didn't
the
even have
end
that
of-
much cash with us. So
By the time they got down to just a few golf carts left, they were 180.
Wow.
So, and it's a very small island. There's not a whole lot to do there. We rode the tram and we went to
which is free.
Mhm.
And we went over to where they're really trying to push the cruise passengers to that end of the island where the beach club is and the
Yeah.
public beach and all that.
Really
And then-
nice beach club.
Then we also took the taxi over to Radio Beach in the Straw Market, which is more in the area of where the islanders actually they live over there.
Far
So
less commercialized. You would say.
far less commercialized, and of course it's more cheaper to rent the chairs and that kind of thing.
Right.
And the taxi cabs are all people that own their own vehicles, so it's not taxi companies. It's just guys that own their own. And so what they've done is they've all agreed on the same price. which is
$5 a
great.
person to take you to Radio Beach.
Right. Well, now it's $5 a person. We
Don't
don't
know
know
what
what
it'll
it's
be
going to
from
be,
February. Yeah.
because they don't have that many cars on the island either. So you're and there's no place that you can actually walk to. That you can't walk all the way down to the beach club. It's way too far.
Yeah.
So you either have to ride the tram, do the golf cart, or do the taxi.
But the
pretty
tram's
much it.
free, so just ride the tram to
Yeah.
these places. And if you love the beach, you're going to love Bimini.
Mhm.
Every beach that we looked at there was fantastic.
And
Fantastic.
they're still building the one huge public beach. They're still they're going to be putting cabanas out there, and they're really doing a lot down there that's still under construction. So
It's going to turn into a fantastic port, I'm sure.
mhm.
Because we
Yeah.
remember back in the early days, we went to other ports like Roatan, which was an armpit back the first time we went. Now it's
Yeah.
one of the greatest ports you can go to.
Yeah, the first time we went there, there was nothing. There was just this little village.
There was a kid holding a monkey and
Yeah.
another guy with a board. Welcome to Honduras. I'll be $5.
Lean on me.
Hannah held an alligator and it peed on her.
But the one thing that is most memorable for us about Bimini is the fabulous, the wonderful
The-
7-piece.
7-piece. Yes. She was awesome. I want to watch that video just to see and meet 7-piece. That's what
Yes.
that's what she said. Yeah. She was
Yes.
great. She was great.
And I am in that taxi. I just have everyone know you cannot see me, but I am there.
That's the teaser to go watch their video.
Yeah, shameless plug there.
That's the Straw Market in Radio
The
Beach.
Straw Market Radio Beach.
Yeah.
See if A, you can find Robin in that taxi, and B, you've got to meet 7-piece.
And you can actually take a ferry from Key West to Bimini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And spend the day
Mhm.
and take the ferry back.
The dog.
All right.
Hola, Nick.
Hey, Nick. He has 133 days until he flies to Germany, spending 6 weeks in Europe and splitting my time between Germany and Ireland.
Oh,
That's
wow.
amazing.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes. All right. So since we're talking about fun stuff, tell us your most embarrassing thing that's ever happened on.
Now, do we seem like people that are easily embarrassed to you?
We actually had a hard time with this question because we're not sure that we have ever been embarrassed. We have embarrassed other people. We've embarrassed our children, but I don't think we've ever been embarrassed.
No, so we had to narrow it down to what is something that we did that clearly would have embarrassed anybody else except
Right.
us. We were snorkeling once, and the waves are like 7 foot, man, and they still took us out snorkeling. We're like, well, we paid for it, we're going to do it. And so we get out there, get a little seasick, and I blow chunks, which was okay because we didn't see any fish out there. I'm like, there's no fish here. This is no good. After I went blew chunks, all of a sudden it was like fish everywhere.
Yeah, but it wasn't just fish everywhere. There were these huge parrotfish jumping up out of the water to get what he's vomiting. I'm like, oh, this is so gross. I am not getting in the water.
So it potentially would be very embarrassing for a lot of other people, but I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. We get to see fish now. So I'm trying to make myself throw up again so I can see more fish. It was great.
You have
And
to think
for-
of, like chum, like
Yeah,
fishermen
he jumped the
can
water.
come out into the water to
Yeah.
get fish.
Apparently they like pre-eaten roast beef and Guy's burger.
And then for me, it wasn't embarrassing to me, but it could have been embarrassing to someone else. I love bread on a cruise ship. I typically don't eat bread at home. So when I get on a cruise ship, I become this like bread hog. Well, we were at dinner, and that was back when they were far more strict on formal night in the dining room than what they are now. And I had on this gorgeous dress, but it was a corset dress. And I had ate so much bread, I couldn't stand up because my belly had pooched from the bread and the corset. I was like, I can't breathe. I've got to get to my room. Somebody's got to undo this corset.
Yeah, so I called that her dinner roll event. Dinner roll
Oh,
event,
no,
yeah.
no. I don't want to
We had something similar like that happen on the Magic.
No, it wasn't the Magic.
Oh, it wasn't the Magic. It was Elation?
Yeah.
The Carnival Elation. Go ahead, Hannah.
My best friend, she looks at me and she's like, on formal night, she goes, Hannah, I'm wearing this dress and I don't like how my shape looks. She was like, I know you have an extra pair of Spanx. Let me wear it. And I said, sure, why not? We're the same size. And so she gets there and keep in mind, it's my grandmother
In a booth.
in the dining room on formal night. She's right here. I'm right here. Mimi's sitting at the end of the table, and then my father's sitting across from me, and then Mom's sitting across from her. And she just looks at me and she goes, like before dessert, she goes, I gotta take the Spanx off. They hurt so bad. And so at the dinner table, she goes down like this, and she takes her Spanx off. And I was like, Dad, do not drop your fork right now. And she successfully gets them off, and she was like, oh crap, I have them in my hand. I don't know what to do with them now. And so my mom has a purse.
And like one of those little clutches.
And so she stuffs the Spanx in her purse.
Hey, you could have called the waiter over and said, hey, I think somebody dropped these.
I'll get my Spanx
They're
back.
Spanx. Those are expensive.
Like, we're not
That's
looking at
awesome.
the table of anything else, Dad.
What we ladies do for comfort.
I know, right?
What they'll do to look good is even more harsh.
We're good.
All right, so you're going to be cruising again soon. Tell us about your upcoming cruise and who are you going with?
So what is it in like 14 days?
Yes, 14 days, September the 22nd on the Carnival Freedom.
Yes.
Woo! We're going to be going out of Port Canaveral. We're going to meet Kurt and Marcia from See Me Traveling, and we're going to also meet Greg and Felicia from SCT Adventures. It's going to be awesome. Those two are going to be our alibis.
Yes.
Mm,
So we didn't.
we're calling it the Alibi Cruise.
We booked this long before we even met CME or SCT. And then we found out we were all going to be on a cruise ship together. And we're like, oh, this is going to be fun. So our alibis, just so everyone knows, our alibis with SCT Adventures is if it goes down, we were spearfishing in the Dead Sea with SCT.
Or we were hang gliding over a live volcano with See Me Travel.
So if it goes wrong, that's where we were. That's our alibis.
You can find Felicia in the crew quarters.
Yeah, Felicia will be in the crew cabin.
I think everybody knows about that
Yeah,
now.
I think everybody does know
I
about
saw
that.
that on the bathroom
that
wall at McDonald's
story.
this week.
She's told it twice now because the first time she told it was on our show when we did the ladies' night, and she was talking about we were asking the same question about what's your most embarrassing moment, and she decided to share that.
She was like,
She wasn't going to share it at first, and then she said, "Well, maybe I could share this," and we just died laughing.
Well, I don't remember the actual question that we had last week, and we called it the strange, but now we're calling it the ABC. You guys were one of our answers.
Yeah, y'all were in the
and-
answers too.
It was hilarious because
what
I
was the question?
forget what the question was. The question
Oh,
had
Lord.
something to do with
I'd have to look it up
I
again.
forget what it was, but you wouldn't have believed it, but this happened. And one of the options of the answers was that you were pier running with the gingers, and it was just a streak of red going down the pier, carrying a shopping bag. And that was the most popular answer.
Yeah. You were caught by the drone refuse.
Yes, that's
I
right.
don't
That's right. The cruise nuts had caught you on a drone pier running, and it was a streak of red.
Oh, funny.
I would be like, deuces.
And it's like, I'm not running by.
I'm not ready.
And it's not going to happen. You are not going to get me on video running.
I think the running wouldn't bother me. It'd be the people yelling from the cruise ship at me because I was late. That would be so embarrassing.
Or maybe the drone footage that comes up a little bit later.
And it's going to be on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Well, the cruise nuts, some of their drone footage it's amazing.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
So we just kind of put you guys as part of the drone footage.
We had to make up silly answers.
So
I wasn't checking the time. I'm checking the text messages your husband is sending me.
Oh,
That's what's going on.
Oh yeah.
so
Then also on the Freedom, we are celebrating. Chet never gets to celebrate anything on the cruise because usually he books cruises and it's my celebration. So for him, we're celebrating his birthday.
Woo!
He'll be 59.
58, girl.
58.
I'm young.
And we will also be celebrating the fact that he will be getting his leaf on the Tree of Life at Cancer Treatment Centers of America in Atlanta, Georgia.
I forgot about that.
For being cancer-free for 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
which is
nice.
actually
Woo.
Yes.
That's a lot to celebrate.
Mm-hmm. So that's what we're celebrating.
Yeah, celebrating.
So where are you all heading on the cruise? What
I don't know.
Well, we're going to Nassau. One of the stops is Nassau, and we're going to be going to the Margaritaville there because it's brand new too. And
Yeah.
so we're going there. That's where we're going to celebrate, and of course, vlog it while we're there. It's got the flowing river thing. What do you call it? Lazy river.
Yeah.
So we're going to be checking out the GoPro on the lazy river. How about that?
Well, our first back-to-back cruise was he called me at work and said, I booked a 5-day cruise. I said, well, you better do something because that ain't long enough. So he booked a 7-day with it was back-to-back 5 and 7. That was our first back-to-back. And then he has been known to book a cruise and call me at work and say, hey, I booked us a cruise. I'm like, okay, where are we going? He's like, I don't know. Let me call her back and ask her.
I know what ship and what port we're leaving out of, but I don't know where it's going.
It's like, okay.
Does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter.
No. See?
As long as you're on a cruise. I could easily go on a cruise to nowhere.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Me too.
for sure.
Me too.
Look
During
at
COVID, if they would have had cruises to nowhere, I would have went.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm there.
you
Here,
like
there, nowhere, anywhere.
You want to hear a brief history about something?
What?
You want to know why we have booze cruises?
Why?
During Prohibition, they wanted to get out of the borders of the United States, so they would take people on a boat outside of U.S. territory, then bring out the alcohol, get everybody drunk, and then bring them back.
That sounds good.
Bimini
It was a cruise to nowhere. They'd go out and come back.
and Bimini is known for that. They would take them down to Bimini, let them drink, and bring them back.
Yep.
Yeah.
During the
As long as
Prohibition.
they went to somewhere outside the country.
Yeah, they just had to get out of the U.S. borders.
Yep.
Yep.
So what other trips do you have planned for the future?
Oh, you got to ask him. I don't know. I just go.
December 10th through the 17th of this year, we'll be on the Sky Princess. Again, we were on it last year. It was so great that as soon as we got off the ship, I booked it again for this year. And she's going to be running some Cruise Critic stuff.
Oh, yes. On that ship, in May, we were actually introduced to Cruise Critic, and we were invited to one of their meet and greets. And so on our cruise in December, we're going to be on there with Jeff.
Cruising for One.
Cruising for One. He's going to be on there. And
We all did it.
are we there?
Okay, I think we're fine now.
All right,
Okay.
you guys say it again, Ron.
And we're going to be
Invite-
on. We're going to be on there with
Cruising for One.
Cruising for One.
Mhm.
And I am in charge of the meet and greet, and we're going to be doing a cabin crawl, and it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to come up with ideas for the little giveaways that we're going to do at the meet and greet. I've got several door prizes already that we're going to give as a drawing number.
Hey, how about a Ziploc baggie of Florida Sunshine?
No.
I don't know. It's just an idea. I would want one. Anyway, after that, then in May of next year, we're going to Alaska. We're going to do 12 days with Princess on the Majestic Princess for a 7-day cruise, followed by 5 days on land, going to 2 of their lodges and doing the tour up there in Denali National Forest. And that's where we're also going to do the helicopter up to the glacier and ride those sled dogs across that
Through the
glacier.
snow.
Woo! It's going to be exciting. I can't wait to see the footage on that. I remember taking the camera lens off. So, yeah. And then in December of 2023, next year, we also have the Mardi Gras booked for a week. Then we have a 7-day cruise on MSC Seashore booked in May of 2024, followed by, you would call it back-to-back. It's really side to side because it's two different ships. The NCL Breakaway. That's why we're going to be watching your videos on NCL, because we don't know anything about NCL. And so that's going to be fun doing that side by side from two different ports, two different ships. Woo! That's going to be fun. So we're going to, and what we're going to do with that is we're going to take the equal amount of money. And I made sure when I booked it, I spent the exact same amount of money on that one as I did on the NCL with the MSC. And we're going to compare what do we get for this amount of money on this ship and what do we get for the exact same amount of money on this ship. Oh, that's going to be interesting. How about that? So why are we booked so far ahead? Well, when you got to get a handicap room, they sell out fast.
Yeah.
Fast, especially if you need a fully accessible one. They sell out first.
Yeah, we usually have to book 2 years in advance.
Wow.
Yeah, to make sure you get it.
Yeah, because the largest ships only have about 30 rooms. Smaller ships have about 10 or 15.
Yep. So we get it all booked up ahead. We're ready to go. Now all we got to do is get her to pay for it.
So all I really am in his life is a sugar mama.
Sugar
That's
mama.
it. I'm a sugar mama.
But you're a fine sugar mama.
Chet said, "There's nothing wrong with that."
Makes you wonder what she gets out of the deal. I don't know. I wash dishes. I can't cook supper.
At least he spends it on nice things.
Yeah. So now that we know that you've traveled everywhere in a lot of places, what's your favorite place that you have visited so far during your travels?
Well, my all-time favorite place to go to is Jamaica at the Bamboo Beach Club. And it's just a beach day. And the girls there, they just, you said it best the other day. How'd you say it?
In life, we often forget things, what people say, and we forget what they do, but we always remember how they make you feel.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And man, how they made us feel at the Bamboo Beach Club. I can't tell you anything those girls said. I really can't tell you a whole lot of what they did specifically, but how they made us feel that day. Wow.
Yeah, and they made sure that we had fun. And that was back when Chet had 2 legs, and
I could still have fun even when I had 2 legs. How about that? In case you're wondering, the fun did not begin when I lost a leg.
It did not begin.
what did she say?
She's laughing at him.
He said it did not begin until I lost a leg.
Oh, good. I'm good. You good?
I don't know. My favorite place, it's hard to say for me. I mean, I loved Alaska so much, that seeing the view, but at the same time, some of the excursions we've done in Belize have been fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Swimming over the second largest reef in the world with the sharks and the stingrays, and climbing those Mayan pyramids.
And,
tubing down the river through a cave. I mean, Belize is a fantastic port with a lot of great stuff.
And this is what we tell people. Do what you can do now. Mm-hmm. Don't wait.
Don't wait.
Do it now. It doesn't matter. If it's laying on the beach having a cocktail, or if it's like the funnelheads hiking all the way up that mountain in Alaska. Mm-hmm. Just do it now, because Chet's daddy, he always wanted to retire and get an RV and travel around the United States. Well, he died of lung cancer before he ever retired. So you've got to live life now. So just go do it. Do it now. Don't wait.
Do it while you got 2 legs.
So we're going to be wrapping up real quick, but we're going to ask one more question, because we got Lovey's Fat Life coming at 8. It goes by so fast. But we want to know, what is the ultimate goal for your channel?
Oh,
that's easy. I wrote it down. Very short answer.
If you saw that, we have this large desk. It's a 2-person desk. My side of the desk is very clean, very organized. His side of the desk, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 notebooks, and countless sticky notes everywhere.
But I know what it is. She got a computer. I got notebooks. Our goals are: number 1, to share the joy of cruising. Number 2, to make some money to help finance the spreading of the joy of cruising. And number 3, to share the knowledge and experience that we have to help others navigate the cruise life, one port at a time. Those are our 3 goals.
Mission. That's like our mission statement.
It's a mission statement. I thought long and hard for 5 minutes to come up with that.
About us, our mission statement.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, Robin and Chet. We appreciate y'all so much. This has been so fun, gone by too fast. But
Well,
we want to also go ahead.
We thank you for having us.
thank
We
you.
really do. We're very humbled when someone wants to have us on their show. We're like, oh my gosh, we're special. They want us.
If you haven't subscribed to the Gingers, Journey with the Gingers,
Yep.
do it now because they got great content. They got great interviews. I mean, wow. Why wouldn't you want to subscribe to this channel? I know I've subscribed to them.
I need his energy.
Yeah, we need his energy. Both of their energy.
I'm just here.
Hannah says, I want what they got.
It's called water in a Carnival tumbler.
Thank y'all so much. And after us is Lovey's Fat Life at 8 o'clock. So please make sure y'all stay tuned for them. And once again, Chet and Robin, thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all. We can't wait to
Thank you.
chat with you and maybe even travel with y'all in the future.
Woo,
Hope so.
yay.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much. And thank you, everyone. Hannah's going to close us out, please.
Hi, how are you? Glad you stayed till the end. You're special. But thank y'all so much for joining us and staying here. Thank you, Sea Lake Journey, for being with us tonight. And if you haven't subscribed to their channel, please do so.
Yes.
You need to do that, and you also need to like this video. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. But we love you all. And like we always say, we hope you stay safe out there, stay healthy, and don't forget
to journey on.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.